Okay, we're going to get started here. I was asked to do a totally unrehearsed introduction here, and if I'd known it was going to be filmed, I probably would have rehearsed something, but here we go. Welcome to the Learning Commons afternoon, I guess we call it. Not day, it's just afternoon. I guess that it was probably about 5 years ago when we first started talking about a concept of the Learning Commons here at Western. And so it's been an evolutionary process. The first, I think, real physical evidence of that was when John and David and their folks moved into the library of the Student Technology Center back in the summer of 2009, if I remember correctly. Does that sound right?
Sure.
And there's been a number of physical and administrative, but even more importantly, collaborative efforts that have evolved since then, and leading us up to where we're at today, where we have many partners in the Learning Commons, where we've made quite a few physical changes, where we've explored working together a little more closely. And I think the purpose of this afternoon is to help create a greater understanding of all that, where we are right now and where we hope to be. And I know that some of us may not feel directly related to the Learning Commons, we may not work in one of the groups or not, but I'd like you to all encourage thinking about the fact that we all are part of the Learning Commons. It's one of the major initiatives that the library has been working on in the recent past and will continue to focus on even more in the future. I think that if we, as an organization, profess to be part of or essential to student success here at the university, I think there's no clearer evidence of that than what we might be able to accomplish with the Learning Commons. And so I encourage you all to think that in one way or another you're a part of that, and I hope this afternoon you'll help, you'll see a little more. One more thing before I turn it over to Carmen is the fact that we're, I believe, ready for the next step. We have talked, again, for quite a while about service desk concepts here, and in about 3 months ago I kicked off a discussion about that, which came as a result from the recommendation from the Learning Commons group about a Learning Commons information desk. A lot of people have talked a lot about that over the course of the fall quarter, and we are now really ready to move on to the next phase of that, which is really developing the implementation plan. So shortly after New Year's, the discussions will become a little more focused, a little more detailed, and I'm proposing that by the start of spring quarter we have our Learning Commons information desk in place on the Wilson side. That isn't saying that everything will be done by that date, but at some point we need to make a commitment and to say that this is where we're going to be as far as the timeline goes. And so, as I said, that's what we're looking at. There are several things connected with that, and again, not everything may happen at once. It's almost impossible for that to happen at once, but I'm hoping that we're still going to get a significant donation that'll help us make that a nice and welcoming place, but if that's not quite in place, then we will start with what we have. Questions from anyone before I turn it over to Carmen, who's going to explain more about what's really happening this afternoon. So, Carmen.
Thank you, Rick. And thank you for continuing to move forward. I think we all really appreciate it. So, I also want to thank those of you who are here. I know some of you came in for today. You would be out holidaying already. And some of you are here but didn't need to come. So, thank you very much for coming. I think the main purpose of this is clear. We want to share some more information, and the program partners are all here, and you have a plan, an agenda, and you get to do a version of a speed dating thing. You'd be courting us, kind of. So you have an agenda that shows the groups, and Andy's going to do the hard part in a minute and tell us how we're going to group up. But just to clarify, what we're hoping to do is share some information about what's going on with the different program partners. But we're also hoping that you will ask questions and that you will see this as an opportunity to give suggestions. So part of this is a lot of it is about inviting responses from you. So it's to give you information, but it's also to welcome your suggestions, not just today, but in the months to come. So I think that's the main thing we're doing. And Annie's going to get us in groups right now, and then we'll just start with the first one.